Welcome to the Brenta Dolomites. Today I'm doing two incredible Via Ferratas, Roda di Vael and Masare. This is episode 6 of rating the best Via Ferratas in the Italian Dolomites. After asking around in different communities, I made a list of what people's favorite Via Ferratas were. Today is the last episode of this series, at least for now. At the end of the video, I'll give this Via Ferrata a score and see how it compares to the rest. And I'll also let you know which of the 10 Via Ferratas I ever did in the Italian Dolomites I think is best. We're heading out to a place called Vael Pass, which, as you can probably tell, it's a little bit steep. Looks like the climbing is gonna begin shortly. Normally I spend around a week to plan these routes, and I looked at the weather and the weather was getting worse and worse and worse. So I ended up doing this one quite last minute and I didn't have much time to plan it. Last night I was looking and I was trying to understand if I need to go clockwise or anti-clockwise, but on the flip side, it should be a little bit quieter because it's Tuesday. Ciao.
Ciao, grazie.
Gotta say, the queues are real here. Still pretty fortunate that in however many Via Ferratas I did so far, this seems to be the only one that's busier. Wow, check this out. We're at the summit of Roda di Vael, 2,800 meters. That was quick. The summit of Roda di Vael is done. So I checked the weather this morning and it looks like there are thunderstorms this afternoon. This is why it's good to always check in the day as well. It's 11 a.m. now. I might have enough time to do the second one, but we'll see when we get at the base of it. Time to go for the second Via Ferrata, Masare, which might be there. Ciao.
Ciao.
Grazie. From the one video that I did see online, this traverse is called the Devil's Pass. I like a good dramatic name. Nice. What a view! I can't believe over the last 4 weeks I would have done 6 Via Ferratas. I think the thing that I can't believe the most is that I didn't get caught into any like storms doing them. I mean, fingers crossed it stays that way, because living the Via Ferrata life. It looks like over there is Masare, and we're gonna have to go up that chimney to the summit. Now we're talking. It starts off gently with a little bit of a hike, and then it gets completely vertical. Ciao.
Ciao.
Un moment.
Okay.
Squeeze tight. That's it. Yep. Done.
Oh, perfect.
Well done.
Perfect day.
A little bit droppy here. Great climbing on Ferrata Masare. I think it's a lot better than on Roda di Vael, and the people are a bit more spaced out as well. Out in the open. Wow, look at that. What a beauty. It's down, it's going down, but I wonder if it's gonna come back up. It should, I think. Quite a few people there on the right. I'm gonna wait for them to pass, but check it. Ultimately, all of that crack, that seems like it's the last crux of the day. We're at a nice little col where you can see both of the refuges. That's where I came from this morning. This is where we're heading now. Ooh, it's tight. Look at that. What an incredible route, eh? Okay, now I think we're slowly gonna start descending to that refuge. Then I'm gonna find a nice spot to sit at, and then I'm gonna let you know what I'm rating this Via Ferrata and which one is my favorite. This was the first time that I let other people decide where I'm going essentially for this YouTube series, and it has been so much fun. So let's see what we're gonna rate this Via Ferrata. We have 4 categories in total that we're gonna rate it by. Each of those 4 categories can only score a max of 5 points each, with a max total of 20 points. So for history, this one was a little bit tricky. I actually looked to see if there's any historical significance. There were no specific battles that happened here or anything like that. But it is still in the context of the First World War. Battles were being fought all over this area. So I have to give it at least 2 out of 5 for that. Next up, difficulty. So I'm rating difficulty as hardest is best, of course. I'm giving it a 3. These are 2 Via Ferratas. The first one, Ronda, isn't difficult whatsoever. The second part, Masare, had more difficulty to it. Quite a lot of fun climbing, but nothing too challenging. Views, 4.5. I mean, beautiful, spectacular. The only reason I'm not giving it a 5 is because some of the other Via Ferratas had better views. Enjoyment / fun, 4. I would say the only reason I'm deducting a point is the crowds, which isn't super fair on a route, but honestly, like, I called Viv somewhere in the middle while I was waiting for people to climb, and it really kind of like takes you out of the whole experience. So total 13.5. Now, as you might have noticed, I created this category system to be able to create a bit of logic behind scoring these Via Ferratas. But towards the end of it, ultimately, what I realized is that even if some of them scored higher than others, I have my favorites, right? Puntana was my favorite. And I'll tell you why it was my favorite Via Ferrata. It scared the shit out of me. And as you can probably tell from watching all of these videos, I like to do a route from which you come out of feeling like you came out of like war, like you just been on a mission, you know? Like, I think everyone has that experience where when they did something really, really difficult and you're just kind of proud of yourself by the end. You have so many mixed emotions, which I did. Like, I felt a lot of fear doing that route, and I think you end up growing from doing stuff like that. So yeah, if you're confident in your climbing, go and do it. Totally worth it. Second recommendation, Giovanni Lipella. Watch the video. I'm very proud of that video even now. I think it's 2 years old now. The history of that route, if you read the story, it just adds to the experience so much. Plus the views are amazing, the tunnels are incredible, and they're both next to each other. So if you feel like ruining your body over one weekend, stay in Ivano di Bona and go and smash those 2 Via Ferratas. Big drop. And my third favorite Via Ferrata. Now, I slept, I think, 2 hours before doing this one, and I didn't tell the story in the video. but essentially a wild camp, which you're not meant to do around here because there was nothing available anywhere. So I slept really badly and I did it on such little sleep, and I rated it 13.5, and afterwards I kind of like regretted rating it what I did. My third favorite one was Ivano di Bona. It's a bit of a slog getting up there, but it just feels like an amazing adventure. Anyone that's coming over here, I totally recommend doing that one. I hope you enjoyed this little Dolomiti series. I have to say, there was one more, or a couple, of Via Ferratas, which were voted the most. Bochete, Alte and Centrale. But those ones take at least 3 days and up to 5. And in all honesty, I want to do it together with Viv. So I'm gonna save those ones for next year.